Halftime in Orlando, Charlotte and the Lions tied at 2 in this 2013 USL PRO Championship match. I'm Jeff Radcliffe. So glad you're along with us on USL Nation. Now my pleasure to introduce Tim Holt, the president of United Soccer Leagues, and Ali Curtis, senior director of player relations and competition for MLS. Groundbreaking year in USL, and I think Major League Soccer and that partnership has been a big part of that. Prior to the 2013 season, it was announced that MLS and USL Pro had entered into that multi-year partnership, which was supposed to enhance the development in professional players in North America and strengthen the competition in both leagues and establish a solid foundation for future collaboration. I would say mission accomplishment, right? First, Tim?
Yeah, one season in, Jeff, we've done exactly that. It's just a start. We always intended for this to be a long-term collaboration between Major League Soccer and USL Pro to build professional soccer at all levels of the game. We've had 4 teams that have started in the first year as one-on-one affiliates, including Orlando City, who've had a tremendous relationship with Sporting KC. But, this is just the beginning, but it has been a great 2013 start.
Yeah, 3 other teams, Richmond with DC, Harrisburg with Philadelphia, Rochester with the Revs. Ali, from the MLS perspective, how has this been beneficial?
It's been fantastic. This is something that we've been looking to do for a while now, and the stars kind of aligned this year. So it's been excellent. We're really happy with the affiliates. Our MLS clubs are completely excited and enthusiastic about not just this past year, but also moving forward. And we've had a lot of collaboration and integration with USL's league office with Tim and Alec and those guys, which has been great. And so there's been a lot of positive things that have happened on the field, and we think that will continue moving forward. And also there'll be some positive things that will occur off the field as well.
Tim, talk about the timing of this as we plan on expanding this year, next year as well, but the timing of starting this relationship this year.
Well, it'll be nice to have a full off season of lead time to prepare for the 2014 season. Obviously, we've learned a lot. It all came together fairly late in the cycle last year. I think we announced this in January of 2013, so it was really only a 3-month sprint in order to get a couple of affiliations in place, be able to take advantage of things like interleague play for the first season. So the initiative that we've launched have been successful. We're going to build upon those. We think that we'll see more team affiliations. That number could even double, and potentially even having some Major League Soccer teams that are operating a second team or a B team directly in USL Pro. Really excited about 2014.
Alec, we've seen how players like Dom Dwyer here for they've helped their rosters. What has MLS gotten in return so far?
Well, it's given the players the opportunity to get some regular playing time, get their confidence up, put them in a new environment. It helps develop them as players, and that helps the MLS club. Anytime a player that's on their roster is playing and participating with another club and doing well, that's fantastic. It happens around the world. It's been successful this year. It's happening, and we're very excited about it. So it's been great.
There was the reserve leagues this year as well. USL Pro, I think, had the winning record against MLS. Nice and competitive. How has that helped?
Yeah, the fact that the games are meaningful for both sides is what's really important, rather than having a scoreboard of who did what in those games. As Ali's talked about, it's about individual players and specific teams having the opportunity to get their players additional. It's been great from a USL Pro standpoint and bringing some different teams, some MLS brands into stadiums, and it's been exciting as part of the schedule. The important thing here to understand is USL Pro in no ways trying to compete with what Major League Soccer is doing. Major League Soccer is the highest level professional soccer in North America, and we support that. Not only do we support it, we think we complement it pretty well. So anytime you have 2 major professional leagues pointing in the same direction for the greater good of the sport, we think it's a positive thing. So it just continues to be something that us and our teams are excited about. We look forward to working with Ali and his team in the future.
I think soccer fans and supporters are so tech savvy and all over the internet, but there's been a lot of buzz about what this could create in the future. What are some of the future plans now with expanding this?
Well, we're looking more teams around the country. We'd like to. We know there'll be more affiliations between USL Pro clubs and MLS clubs, and that's a positive thing. We believe MLS clubs will invest and have their own independently operated USL Pro club, potentially in USL Pro for next year and beyond. More markets, more clubs, more opportunities such as this. So what's happening tonight is a great event, and we look forward to MLS being part of this.
I will speak to the MLS homegrown players. Is that also part of when you're talking the reserve sides and having maybe B sides play in USL Pro? Is that where you're looking at getting at?
It's part of the development pyramid. So when you have, you're investing in youth development and you have homegrown players and academy players that are part of that youth pyramid, you want to give them opportunities to play in high-level professional competitions. And so one of the critical components to the relationship we had with USL Pro, and Tim and his guys were very, they knew that it was critical to their success as well, and we did too, is to make sure that these games were meaningful. And so every interleague play game last year was meaningful. So as we develop the relationship, we believe it'll be beneficial for homegrown players and all players involved.
Tim, speak to the relationship, with these young players that USL Pro already has. How do you think having these MLS players join, in the case of, say, Orlando or Richmond, how has that kind of helped those young players develop? Because they're bringing, I guess, an MLS mentality to
Look,
things.
they know they're being seen. They know if they perform and they continue to develop that they're going to be seen. They're going to be seen by Major League Soccer, the coaching staffs. So it's a defined pathway for players to make their way through that may not be ready for Major League Soccer yet. It may not even be part of their system, but could come up through a USL Pro team, prove themselves, and make their way to the highest level of soccer in the United States. So, and on a macro level, it certainly has served to sort of bring a new level of interest into USL Pro and potentially accelerate the growth of our league into new markets as we continue to build with some of the initiatives that Ali's referred to earlier.
Before I let you gentlemen go, just speak to what you're seeing on the field tonight. A 2-2 game. You've got Dominic Dwyer scoring both goals for Orlando. They're playing a big part here. And of course, you've got the young guys from Charlotte doing things, is exactly what you envision in a championship game.
Well, it's fantastic because it kind of epitomizes everything that we've been working towards. Dom Dwyer is really one of the, the poster boys for how this thing works in a really positive way, and he's out here making an impact in the final. He's done it all year. It's fantastic. This event's super. We have a market here in Orlando which is performing at an exceptional level. There's probably close to 20,000 fans in this stadium. So it's bringing a new level of excitement to soccer here. So for any of the players, Charlotte and their younger players, the Orlando players, to play in this type of environment, that's how you get better. That's how the sport gets better in this country.
Tim Holt, USL President, Ali Curtis, the Senior Director of Player Relations and Competition for MLS. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us up here, and please enjoy the rest of the game. I think we're going to have a bang-up second half here. And thanks so much for what you do for USL and for MLS. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you very much.